We're the Skinner Brothers. Most folks only need a lawyer once or twice in their lives. And when they're injured or in an accident, most people don't know what to do. We get it. It can be overwhelming.
Nobody likes to be told you need a lawyer, but that's why we're here. We want to get you back to your normal life and help you recover.
So if you or loved one has been in an accident, give us a call. Let us figure out how we can get you compensation.
Reach us at SkinnerWins.com or Google Skinner Lawyers. We'll treat you like family.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer!
The Mountaineer Pub offers many daily specials including Trivia Night Mondays, Karaoke Tuesdays, Steak Night Wednesdays and Sundays, Boneless Swing Night Thursdays, and DJ and or karaoke, again Fridays and Saturdays. And remember, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Mondays through Fridays is happy hour with $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Pub!
The following sports broadcast is a special presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school basketball. Today's high school basketball broadcast is being brought to you by
Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Rocks, the Dutch Miller Auto Group, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, the Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, Brown's Funeral Homes and Cremations, CMA Honda, Craig Blair for State Senate, Orsini's Home Store, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Berkeley County Health Department, Hagerstown Ford, Smallwood and Small Insurance, Modern Realty Results, Ollie's, the Palace Lounge, Bechtel Jewelers, Cody's Auto Body, WVU Medicine, Gary Kelly Allstate Insurance, and the Mountaineer Grill and Pub.
And now, let's go courtside and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team with today's pregame show.
Hi amongst Hedgesville High School. We're up in the Eagles Nest, ready to bring you Hedgesville High School varsity basketball. Their first game of the season here in this kickoff tournament. Here for the Eagles, another year for Coach Kelly Church and Hedgesville. Here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10, our countdown to tip-off is brought to you by Parsons Ford at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons. Tonight it's the Hedgesville Eagles and the Broadfording Christian Academy Lions. Dylan Bishop and Nick Verzolini here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Nick, it's a whole new year for Hedgesville, losing the vast majority of last year's players, but of course, they retain Coach Kelly Church, and for Coach Church, it's not so much about the players in his mind, or at least he hopes. It's about the system that he had put in place here at Hedgesville and fitting the new pieces that he has into his puzzle for another successful year.
Yeah, I mean, it's a winning culture here at Hedgesville. They're coming off of a 20-6 season a year ago. And this is a program that's used to winning and used to being among the elite here in the EPAC. And as long as Coach Church and Coach Ruest are here, you got to believe that they can get it done. And they've been together now for over 25 seasons. They've had great players come through this program. They've won a lot. They won a state championship in 2012. So this is a very capable staff, program, tradition that Hedgesville basketball brings, and there's no real reason to believe that they'll all of a sudden drop off, but they do lose a ton from last year. You know, no Christian Bolduc, no Jackson Ruest, no, other guys that contributed on that team last year. Stephon Barclay. You had six guys that got the majority of their minutes, and they're all gone. So, this is a new look team, but they do return, some familiar names. Some big names if you look at other sports, and some talented athletes, guys like Xavier Kirk. He didn't play football this year, but we know how good he was on the football field.
And that was to focus on basketball.
Yeah, and that was to focus on basketball, so we'll see how he does. Tay Wilmer is the most experienced of the guys that return. He's going to be their point guard. Noah Brown's a kid that, does a lot of great stuff on the baseball field. I think he has a chance to contribute big on the basketball court this year. He was hurt during last basketball season, so I would expect some big things out of him. Quincy Pittsnoggle, he's got the name right. I mean, the Pittsnoggle name, of course, What his dad did at WVU is what he's kind of known for. He's 6'9". This is really his first year, though, up at varsity, so we'll see if he can contribute on a big-time level. But, I mean, Hedgesville's produced great players. They produce great teams. I don't see any reason why they would drop off this year other than the inexperience, right? So you may not be picking them to win the EPAC or anything like that, but I still think by the end of the year we're going to be talking about Hedgesville basketball right with the elites in this conference.
And then on the other side, you have Broadfording coming in tonight for part of this tournament that also includes Sharando and IDA, who, Hedgesville will take on tomorrow in a game that we'll have on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. They're 3-5 so far this year. They got an early start to their season, and they're a team that likes to come up here to the Panhandle and play a lot of the teams for the experience, which is something that you'll hear from Coach Brandon Monroe in our next segment, in our coaches interview that we had, and we'll also hear from Coach Kelly Church. But so far this year, you can kind of see that they have their main contributor in Jordan Schiffler leading the team with 12 points, and a lot of the rest of the guys fill in the gaps with a couple guys averaging 5 points or so. But 3-5 on the year, they're a team that comes up here because they like to face the better competition. But at the same time, Hedgesville is going to hope that this is something that can be a good start for them, and they can have a lot of success tonight.
Yeah, I think Coach Monroe's been doing it a little while now. He's trying to build a program here at Broadfording, and they're getting better. That's clear. 3-5 is a decent start. They're playing a lot of games. Typically, though, they're not really competing with this Hedgesville team. JV game wasn't very close. I wouldn't expect this varsity game to be too close, but they do have Schiffler. He's a talented kid. If you paid attention to EPAC basketball over the last few years and you've seen some Broadfording games, Schiffler's been pretty talented, been a pretty good player for them. So usually they have a few different kids that can do a few different things. I mean, they have a lot of international students, and they get up and down the floor. They're they're a team that you got to look out for, but Hedgesville should have the advantage here tonight, you would think, but they can't take them lightly. This is really their first varsity action, while this Broadfording team has a little bit more experience on their side. So that's something to look out for, but I think this should be a big chance for Hedgesville to learn a lot about it themselves and come out and get a win. But Broadfording will certainly bring some talented kids on the other side, and it's a good tune-up game for the rest of your season at the very least.
I will take a break here on the Parsons Ford Countdown to Tip-Off. When we come back from this 2-minute break, we'll have the coaches' interviews from both sides, both Kelly Church and Brandon Monroe of Hedgesville and Broadfording. This is EPAC Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Nothing goes better with football than chicken. From Pee-wee to the big boys to the wing T formation, a hearty meal of 12 pieces for $12 is just what the boys need to be at their best. Oh my, fumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
Omaha!
Rock's 12 pieces of chicken, just $12.
Finally, West Virginia is moving in the right direction. As your West Virginia Senate President, Craig Blair has passed the most conservative legislative agenda in the nation. He has fought for our values like banning elective abortions, protecting our Second Amendment rights, and prevented boys from playing in girls' sports. Senator Craig Blair championed the largest tax cut in the history of our state. Craig Blair, a strong conservative leader. Promises made, promises kept. This election, vote for Republican Craig Blair for State Senate. Paid for by the Committee to Re-elect Craig Blair.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Hi, I'm Lori.
And I'm Dave. It's hard to believe, but Bechtel Jewelers is going out of business. Before we close, you can save up to 80% off our entire inventory of gold, diamonds, watches, even unique estate jewelry.
Everything in our inventory must go. And now we've taken deeper discounts store-wide. So help Santa out early this year and visit Bechtel Jewelers before it's too late.
Welcome back to the Parsons Ford Countdown. The tip-off will now get you our coaches' interviews, brought to you by Rock's Local Market. Convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle. Rock's, fast, fresh, and friendly. We'll start with the head coach of the home team for this tournament, Coach Kelly Church of the Hedgesville Eagles. We're here with head coach of the Hedgesville Eagles, Kelly Church. Coach, you guys lost a lot of your rotation, a lot of your minutes from last year. What has been your focus when it comes to this season and preparing your players for the new expanded roles that they may have?
Well, I mean, no matter what the pieces are, it's trying to get them all fit together each year. I talk about puzzle pieces all the time. So, like one of the big things becomes today, for the first time, they're going to play in front of people. You can go to camps and you can do different things where, okay, those kids now are gaining some experience, but there's a big difference between gaining that experience at a camp when there's other just teams there and you're playing in front of your parents, your friends, and your family. So a lot of it will just come down to they got to just relax and play. We're not young. I mean, I tell people all the time, you guys, I know you lost a lot. You guys must be young. We're not young. We're just inexperienced. We have kids that were there. They practiced every day, and they obviously practice against really, really good kids. We're trying to figure out, too, we're trying to develop a little bit of depth. We're pretty solid with who our first, 5 or 6 or maybe even 7 kids are. But, we're going to have to play more kids than that down the road, especially against the teams around here that are so athletic. So trying to figure that out as we go along. And, the message to the kids and to everyone else is, what do we really care about? Like, one, this whole experience of being part of Hedgesville basketball, we think is a pretty neat experience. But for our kids and our team specifically to this year, we want to be better tomorrow than we were today. I mean, that's all we can do right now, and step by step try to grow every single day.
For some people who, this will be the first game of yours that we have on TV this year, overall, who are some of those names that we can expect to see a lot of the court for you guys, and what roles that you see them fitting in?
Well, Tay Wilmer's back, and he actually played pretty good minutes last year, so he started a few games. Obviously, he's going to play a significant role in everything we do. Xavier Kirk was playing behind some pretty talented kids. I mean, it's tough to get him on the court when he's playing behind Cam Wilkes. So, Xavier's certainly going to play a lot. Noah Brown, who was injured most of last year, but, rehabbed and worked so hard that he was actually to come back and play in the state tournament. Zandon Gainey is far more athletic than you would think when you just look at him. And obviously Quincy is, same thing. I mean, he's playing like Jackson Ruest wasn't this dynamic basketball player. But if you look at his stat line every night and you look at what he was able to do, like he'd lead us in rebounds. He would guard the other team's best big kid. And so he did a lot. So, and we also had Steph. So those two didn't come out very much. And because of that, Quincy didn't get to play very much. He played a lot in JV games, he played a little bit, but same thing. He was practicing against those guys. And he had a good summer. He's gotten better. How much better, whether it's him or any other guys that I just talked about, we'll find out. One of the ones that, we had a couple of kids that, again, they were with us last year. Landon Pence is like, he's not someone who people would thought, Landon Pence is going to play big minutes in varsity basketball as a junior. He's gonna. That's where we're at. And, he's worked extremely hard. He's extremely smart. And has been able to figure out all the different things that we do. Because of that gives him a great opportunity to get on the floor. And, Anthony Gosk, we call him Ant, the Ant-Man, and he is high energy. Every minute that he's out there, he's high energy. Sometimes that high energy can come back to bite you, but I can promise no matter what, when Anthony Gosk is on the floor, man, he's going to be trying as hard as he can. So, and we'll certainly mix in some other kids and see how things go. But right now, those are the kids that are looking at, probably playing most of the major minutes. But we hope somewhere along the way people surprise us, and now, other kids are going to end up having to play. I mean, they just are. And when I say having to play, like I told them every day, they need to look at it like what a great opportunity. No matter what, you're going to get a chance to play. A lot of kids are going to play. Like we're going to play 10 kids early on. So we'll see how it goes.
When it comes to your team and their identity, I'm sure the answer to this question will be similar to something you would say pretty much every year, but when you put the pieces of the puzzle together, what do you hope or expect the identity of your team to be?
No matter what, regardless of the score on the scoreboard this year or any other year, you watch Hedgesville basketball play, well, it's what is our identity? They're a cohesive group that is going to play unbelievably disciplined basketball, share the ball, be unbelievably selfish, and no matter what, they're going to try extremely hard or they will not be participating in the contest.
And lastly, you got Broadfording coming in tonight. What have you seen from them? And just overall, what do you think the key will be for your team tonight to have success against them?
Well, first of all, we've seen them. They've already, the advantage they have over us is that they're like 6 games in. I mean, they've been playing basketball for a month. They had their first game right around Thanksgiving. So it's, that's the advantage they have over us. They'll do a lot of ball screen stuff, which will be good because we know teams in the area will do that. And they like lots of years, they have one kid who scores most of their points. So the key for us will be we can't let one kid beat us. You can't let one kid have 35 in a game and think you're going to win. So that'll be important for us. Then, for us. And what's the key for us tonight? It was on the practice schedule yesterday. Is on, obviously we have many things that we talk about, but for tonight, they need to try to relax and enjoy themselves. A great deal of time and energy with flex days, and there was, because of the 3-week period on top of 32 flex days, we've had plenty of time to prepare. Maybe over-prepare. At some point, you got to start playing games and figure out stuff you need to get better at, but they need to relax and enjoy it. Because what I said, we're going to have kids playing in front of the varsity crowd for the first time in their lives. And no matter what you say about how crowded the gym is or isn't, their parents are here, their friends will be here, and even at this JV game, this gym's much louder than it is at practice. So, we want the kids to relax and enjoy themselves and have fun and try to get better every single night.
All right, Coach, thanks for the time. Good luck tonight.
Sure. Thank you guys very much, and thanks for covering our stuff.
We're here with Coach Monroe of the Broadfording Lions. Coach, early part of this season, you guys have gotten a handful of games in already. How have you felt about your team's performance so far, and how do you think that can be to your advantage against Hedgesville tonight, who has yet to see the court?
Early in the year, we're 3-5 right now, so we've had a couple good games. We're pretty young. This team here is basically, I have one senior and then a bunch of JV players. So, we're up and down this year. It's going to be a dogfight today. Probably uphill battle, but we look forward to coming out and competing no matter who we play. We don't duck teams, so the better the team, the better the opportunity for us.
What would you say that your team's identity has been so far, or at least what you hope and expect to see out on the floor tonight?
Just hustle. We kind of take pride in playing really good defense. Now, whether we do it or not is another thing, but we definitely want to be good on defense, fly around, and make it hard for them to get into their offense. So, we're just looking to fly around, a lot of havoc, a lot of chaos.
When it comes to our audience that may only be familiar with the Eastern Panhandle, West Virginia teams, who have been some of the leaders of your squad so far that we can expect a lot from tonight?
Probably Jordan Schiffler has led us. I think he started the year off with like a 25 or 26-point game. Then we have our guard, Kamari White, who kind of runs the show for us. We have a sophomore in Brandon, who kind of mans the paint for us, rebounding and handles the ball when need be. And then other than that, we're pretty much young with role players. We do have Daniel Cartwright, who he's a pretty decent athlete. I mean, he's got our only dunk of the year this year, so we look forward to him flying around, making great cuts, and staying active. Yep.
And when it comes to an early season tournament like this, what do you hope when you put this on the schedule against teams like this, like Hedgesville? What do you hope to get out of this for your team?
We like to be competitive. We love coming to the Panhandle because we get good competition out here, top to bottom. West Virginia teams are typically pretty good, and it bodes well for us. So we just want to kind of come out. It's a good feeler to see where we're at, playing against good competitive teams. And then we like it to go into our season when we play more similar opponents to us. It helps us out with the aggressiveness and just flying around, playing great defense. So come up here to West Virginia, you plan on being in a dogfight, and that's what we like.
What do you think is going to be the key for your team tonight to having success against Hedgesville?
Confidence and playing together and playing hard, man.
All right, Coach, thanks for the time and good luck tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, those were our coaches' interviews. Thanks to Kelly Church and Brandon Monroe for their time. Coaches' interviews brought to you by Rock's Local Markets. We'll take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll get you our keys of the game, starting lineup. We'll get you just about ready for the opening tip-off for varsity action between the Hedgesville Eagles and the Broadfording Christian Academy Lions. This is EPAC Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Ollie's VIP North Side is the best spot to catch all your favorite teams. Join us Monday for dollar wings and Monday Night Football, Thursdays on the patio for the cornhole tourney, Friday night lights with happy hour specials, or Saturdays during or after the college games for steak night. Get a ribeye or New York steak for just $26.95. Ollie's has great food and drink menus too, along with 17 TVs to watch any game of your choice from anywhere at the bar or their outdoor patio and fire pit. So stop by and see for yourself today at 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. That's Ollie's VIP North Side. We'll see you for the game.
Finally, West Virginia is moving in the right direction. As your West Virginia Senate President, Craig Blair has passed the most conservative legislative agenda in the nation. He has fought for our values like banning elective abortions, protecting our Second Amendment rights, and prevented boys from playing in girls' sports. Senator Craig Blair championed the largest tax cut in the history of our state. Craig Blair, a strong conservative leader. Promises made, promises kept. This election, vote for Republican Craig Blair for State Senate. Paid for by the committee to re-elect Craig Blair.
Welcome back to Hedgesville High School. We're in the Parsons Fork countdown to tip-off. Dylan Bishop, Nick Ferzolini here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Gentlemen, please remove your hats.
Right now we'll take the time
and for the playing of our national anthem.
for the playing of the national anthem here at Hedgesville High School. We'll take another break and be back for tip-off. Here on the Parsons Countdown to tip-off, be back with EPAC Basketball in 2 minutes.
One of the questions lawyers get asked the most is, what is my case worth?
I'm Steven Skinner, and this is my brother Andrew with Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers.
The truth is, it's very difficult for a lawyer to pinpoint a number because every case is different.
We get to know each situation and we'll give you an idea of what your case is worth and why.
The sooner we get involved, the better we can do getting you the compensation you deserve.
Google Skinner Lawyers or go to skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
Hi, I'm Lori.
And I'm Dave. It's hard to believe, but Bechtel Jewelers is going out of business. Before we close, you can save up to 80% off our entire inventory of gold, diamonds, watches, even unique estate jewelry.
Everything in our inventory must go. And now we've taken deeper discounts store-wide. So help Santa out early this year and visit Bechtel Jewelers before it's too late.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back and forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk.
See dealer for details.
Welcome back to Hedgesville High School. We're just about ready to tip off here. EPAC action, the opener for the Hedgesville Eagles.
The introduction of tonight's
We'll
starting
get
lineups.
the in-house introductions of the starters
Number
here. We'll
3,
get you our
Kamari
own
White.
starter introduction of your starters. Let's start with the Broadfording Lions.
Number 5,
On their
Daniel
side,
Cartwright.
first of all, the starting lineups for both sides are brought to you by the Marys Group and Ameriprise Financial
Number 11,
Advisors John
Jordan
Everson
Schiffer.
and Phil McCoy. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg or phone 304-263-4343 for Broadfording. Number 3, Kamari White.
23,
Number 5,
Sizzla
Daniel
Juma.
Cartwright. Number 11, Jordan Schiffler. Number 21, Brandon Monroe. And number 23, Sizzla Juma. And for the home team, the Hedgesville Eagles, their starting lineup goes number 3, Xavier Kirk. Number 12, Tay Wilmer. Number 13, Zandon Gainey. Number 21, Noah Brown. Number 24, Quincy Pittsnoggle. As the lights go down here inside the Eagles' nest, and the starters for the Eagles are introduced. Nick Verzolini, let's get our keys to the game brought to you by the Dutch Miller Auto Group. The key to your next car is at the Dutch Miller Automotive Group, home of friends and family pricing. Nick, the keys to this one for each side.
I just got to start the sound system working well. We went from the hype-up music into the national anthem, so that's not a great start. But I think for the Eagles, I really just want to see, get a lot of guys involved, establish your identity, figure out, what you really want to do here throughout this season, because there's a lot of new starters, a lot of new players on this team. For BCA, you got to come in here and play with confidence. I think Coach Monroe's exactly right. If they want any chance to compete tonight, you got to believe that you can do it. So if you come out, not kind of flat, not really feeling like you can come out and win, you're beat before you even take the court. And then on their side as well, I think Schiffler, he's their main guy. You got to get him going, and I think you'll be all right. But I'm excited, Dylan. We got a pretty good crowd on hand. Hedgesville's homestands are pretty much full. Matt Faircloth's in attendance, so all the stars are out for Hedgesville basketball tonight.
The lights come back up. The teams will take the court ready for the opening tip-off. And our opening tip-off on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10 is brought to you by Skinner and Accident Injury Lawyers, representing accident and injury claims for over 50 years. Go to SkinnerWins.com. And Hedgesville will take the court in the white uniforms, the yellow numbers, the dark blue trim, and the Eagles cursive script on the back, and the cursive The Ville script on the front. For Broadfording, it'll be the royal blue with white numbers, yellow outlining. And we'll see both sides go to mid-court circle here. Quincy Pittsnoggle and Jordan Schiffler will attempt the tip-off. Dylan Bishop and Nick Verzolini here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Here's the tip. It goes the way of Hedgesville. And the ball will be brought up by Tay Wilmer. We'll get the ball to Quincy Pittsnoggle up at the top of the key. Get it back to Wilmer. Rejects the screen, goes left, drives, blocked by Jordan Schiffler. But it's got right back by Wilmer. To try to reset the offense, he's going to pass it in to Zandon Gainey. Left-handed layup, no good. Ball bounces around. Gainey tries to keep the ball in bounds, throwing it off of Broadfording, but they'll keep it and run their offense up the court.
Well, you like for Hedgesville early, a lot of aggressiveness, even though nothing was able to fall for him. A lot of good hustle on that first possession.
Ball controlled up top by Kamari White for the Lions. They'll get it over to the right corner. Brought back out to the wing by Sizzla Juma. Now it's Daniel Cartwright working up at the top of the key, guarded by Wilmer. Passes it to the left wing. Schiffler will try to make a move. Passes it over to Monroe into the corner. Up, a layup by White. No good. Rebounded by Pittsnoggle. Still no score. Just under 7 minutes left in the first quarter. Ball brought up by Noah Brown. They'll get it to Pittsnoggle at the high post. A dribble handoff. A little bobbled there by Zanagani. Has to go recover the ball. Gets it back to the top of the key. Then the right wing for Pittsnoggle. He's going to take a three. It's nothing but air ball, rebounded by Brandon Monroe.
Pittsnoggle has the ability to knock down those jumpers, back to his dad. He was really the first stretch four that you could really think about back in the day, but also we've seen Quincy, make them at the JV level, so he can certainly make those, but just wasn't really set on that shot.
Broadfording working it in low to Monroe. He loses the ball. Ball's gotten by Noah Brown. Xavier Kirk gets the ball. He's going to push it up. Before getting it back to Brown, they'll run the offense. Gets a screen from Pittsnoggle. Switch by Broadfording. Kicked out. Open three from the corner. Xavier Kirk, no good. Rebounded by Pittsnoggle on the air ball, and he puts it up from the left block. First 2 points of the night go to Hedgesville. 2-0 under 6 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Well, while you can make those threes when you're 6'9", under the basket's always pretty comfortable for you.
Broadfording working. Screen taken by Schiffler. Loses the ball. Tight defense. He tries now. Drives left. Pulls up from the free throw line. No good. Rebounded by Pittsnoggle. Now Wilmer has the ball. He's going to run it up the court. Trying to get some pace going. Kicks it out to the left side corner by Kirk, and he's going to try to make a pass and thrown out of bounds. With 5:21 to go in the first quarter, ball will go back to Broadfording. First quarter on TV 10 brought to you by Brown Funeral Homes. Brown's Funeral Homes and Cremations, Robert Fields & Sons, a family-owned full-service funeral home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson, proudly serving our area since 1880. Broadfording working the offense now. It'll be Cartwright with the ball up top. Pass it to the right wing for Juma. He's going to try to work against Pittsnoggle. Not finding the room. Passes the ball to Cartwright in the middle. Floater, no good. Rebounded again by Pittsnoggle. They'll work the ball up. Now it's Tay Wilmer. Pittsnoggle falls down to the paint. They're going to get the ball to Noah Brown. Tries to drive inside. He's going to lose the ball. Another turnover for Hedgesville. Ball goes back to the Lions.
Early on, even though it's 2-0 Hedgesville, you can see a little bit more of a. You can tell that BCA's played some games. They're getting into their sets a little bit better than Hedgesville is.
Jordan Schiffler has the ball in the right wing, guarded by Gainey, looking for room to maneuver. Now works it in the corner. Tight defense by Hedgesville. He has to work the ball back out to the top. Gets a screen from Monroe. Tries to work it. He's at the elbow. Picked up his dribble. And the ball's going to be ripped away by Gainey to go on the fast break. 2-on-1. He goes up with the layup and one. Zandon Gainey puts 2 on the board for the Eagles. It's 4-0.
Well, Coach Church talked to you before the game, Dylan, about Gainey's athletic ability, that he's more athletic than he looks. And I mean, you look at him, he's got pretty good body, relatively tall. And he's all over the ball there that time, and then he gets the steal and gets the and one. Unfortunately, can't convert the free throw, but Gainey could be a guy, on the defensive end that really brings it for Hedgesville this year.
4:15 left in the first quarter. It's 4-0 Hedgesville. Broadfording gets the ball back. The unsuccessful three-point play free throw goes out of bounds. White dribbles the ball from the top of the key to the right wing, guarded by Noah Brown. They'll get it to Schiffler up top now. Gets a screen, tries to pass the ball. It's deflected out of bounds by Pittsnoggle. The ball will stay with Broadfording. Schiffler inbounds the ball, then gets it right back, working at the top of the key. Gets the screen from Monroe. Switched by the Eagles. They're guarding Schiffler very closely. Blocked inside in the paint by Gainey. Gets it to Wilmer. He'll try to work the ball. He puts up a layup, and he's rejected right back on the floater attempt by Kamari White.
Subbing in from the Lions, number 23.
Ball goes out of bounds.
I think actually Cartwright got up there for that one.
Oh, you're right. It was Daniel Cartwright with the block. Ball stays with the Eagles. Noah Brown inbounds to Pittsnoggle. Using that height, puts up a shot, no good. Rebounded by Broadfording and Schiffler. They'll bring the ball up with 3.5 left to go in the first quarter. On the left wing, guarded by Gainey. Dribble handoff over to Juma. Work the ball out to the top of the key. Passes it to the corner for White. Ball's bouncing around. Gainey eventually gets it, throws the ball off the leg of Schiffler. So Hedgesville gets the turnover.
Gainey plays hard. I like what we've seen from him so far. But Hedgesville needs to, get a little bit more going on the offensive end. Here's a good break of the press.
Yep, Broadfording showing some full court pressure now. Noah Brown with the ball up top. Going to get it to Xavier Kirk, then back to Brown. Working it to Wilmer, now short corner. Gainey, then Pittsnoggle inside. And before he can put up a shot, foul on Pittsnoggle is called.
Non-shooting foul called on the Lions, number 3, Kamari White.
And Kamari White's going to be the one caller for the foul. That's his second.
Team third.
They're already the third on BCA here in this first quarter.
Pittsnoggle gets the ball. He's going to shoot a mid-range jumper, no good. Rebounded by Gainey, kick back out to Xavier Kirk. Corner 3, no good. Another rebound by Pittsnoggle. He puts up a shot, no good again. This time, Broadfording finally gets the rebound. They're going to push the pace a little bit. Here comes White up the court, takes it to the corner for Cartwright. They'll pass it inside, and the ball bounces off some legs. Eventually, goes off of Stephen Cross, who has checked in for the Lions.
Subbing in for the Eagles for the first time, number 15, Ethan Elliott.
So the ball goes back to Hedgesville with 2:36 left to go in the first quarter. Still 4-0 Eagles.
When Pittsnoggle gets that offensive rebound, he's got to keep that ball high and then go right back up with it.
Broadfording bringing a full court trap. Eagles break it. They'll get the ball in the short corner. Going up for the ball on the right block is Xandon Gainey for 2 points. 6-0 Eagles.
Another nice play from Gainey. He's had a good first quarter on both ends. They put him on Schiffler. That's their top scorer, and he's shut him down so far. And then on the offensive end, 4 points.
Brandon Monroe will take a 3 from the left wing. No good. Rebounded by Gainey. He's going to push the ball up himself. Gets it to Wilmer. Short in the corner for Xavier Kirk. He dribbles into the mid-range, pulls up, and gets the 2-point jumper. 8-0 Hedgesville.
Well, Kirk's threes haven't been going early on, so he takes a mid-range and gets a good one to go there. So good offense there from X.
Pace slows down. Schiffler will put this into the corner for Cartwright, then back out to the top. Waiting for his offense to move around. Go dribble handoff attempt. Nope. It's a bit of a misdirection there. Fires up a long 3, does Schiffler. Rebounded eventually by Xavier Kirk. He's going to try to go fast. Goes up for a layup. He's blocked, but also fouled by Cartwright. 1:18 left to go in the first quarter. Xavier Kirk will shoot free throws. Our other first quarter sponsor on TV10 is CMA Honda of Winchester at 3985 Valley Pike. CMA moving lives forward.
I thought Kirk did a pretty good job of positioning his body to get the contact with that shot. Misses that first free throw, though.
Xavier Kirk, 2 points so far. Try to salvage 1 point out of this trip to the free throw line, and he does. Makes it 9-0 Eagles. His third point of the night. Broadfording will bring it up, yet to score a point. Cartwright will go to Monroe on the right wing. He dribbles, looking for room to work against Ethan Elliott. Ball will get pushed back out top of the key for Schiffler. His 3 is no good. Loose ball foul is called as the ball comes back down off the miss.
Foul call Eagles.
They'll call it on Xavier Kirk. So the ball will stay with Broadfording.
Eagles for the first time, number 11, Landon Pence.
Landon Pence in for the Eagles. Ethan Elliott's also come up off the bench. Cartwright inbounds it deep to Schiffler. Guarded closely by Elliott. He looks to work on the left wing, gets a screen from Monroe, now in the corner, picks up his dribble, they'll kick it back out to Juma. He works at the top of the key. Hand off to Monroe. Pass to the right wing for Cross. Trying to find some room to maneuver. He loses the handle on the ball. Here comes the Eagles on the fast break. The pass there. And one. Xavier Kirk off the assist from Landon Pence. Gets himself 2 more points and he'll go to the line.
It's his second, team fourth of the period. Bucket counts.
11-0 Hedgesville with 33.4 left to go in the first quarter.
It's just good outlet pass there from Elliott to start that fast break, and then Kirk with the strong finish.
3-point play not converted. Rebounded by Broadfording. 30 seconds to go. Here comes the White. Bring the ball across half court. Noah Brown guards him as they try to get offense going. His pass is intercepted by Xavier Kirk, the former cornerback. He goes up and he'll draw a foul on White and get himself 2 more free throws. Oh no, they're going to call it a charge actually. Excuse me.
Number 3, Xavier Kirk, his second.
So that's the second personal foul on Xavier Kirk.
Yeah, I think it could have gone either way, but I think the charge was probably the right call there. Looked like the defender was set.
Isaac Blickenstaff checks in for Broadfording. Pick and roll between White and Monroe. Monroe is fouled on the floor as he goes to the line on the short roll.
Foul call to Eagles number 3.
5.8 seconds left in the first quarter. It's 11-0 Hedgesville.
It's already 3 on Kirk.
Looking for the first time for the Eagles, number 4, Anthony Goss.
3 first quarter fouls on Xavier Kirk. He'll check out. The inbounds for Broadfording. Just 5 seconds to put up their last shot of the quarter. Monroe drives. He's going to put up a layup. No good. Too strong off the backboard, and the buzzer sounds. And that'll be the end of the first quarter, and it's a first quarter shutout for the Hedgesville Eagles, 11-0. We'll take a 1-minute break, and when we come back, we'll be ready for quarter number 2 between the Hedgesville Eagles and the Broadfording Lions. On Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Back out of the break here. At 7:54 left after a turnover by Broadfording on the first possession of the second quarter. 11-0. Hedgesville leads Broadfording. Work the ball, Tay Wilmer, top of the key. They'll go to the other side here. Top of the key. Landon Pence works with the ball. Quincy Pittsnoggle has it on the block. Now in the right corner, it's Wilmer. He gets it inside to Brown, kicks it out. Landon Pence. Now back to Wilmer. He shoots a three-pointer, no good.
Foul call on the Eagles. Number 4.
7:20 to go in quarter number 2. Our second quarter is brought to you on TV 10 in part by Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer, at 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg and at Orsinis.com. Dylan Bishop and Nick Verzolini here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Broadfording working the ball. Still trying to find their first points of the night. Kick to the corner for Cartwright. He puts up a 3. No good. Rebounded by Pittsnoggle. We'll give the ball to Brown. Over left wing, Wilmer pulls it. And his shot no good, rebounded by Anthony Goss. Wilmer works it again. We'll go to the left wing. Pittsnogle, mid-range corner, no good on the jumper. Broadfording with White pushing the pace again. Over to the right wing, three-pointer by Cross, no good. It's rebounded by Pence. Gets the ball up to Wilmer. Back to the top of the key. And working around, fired inside into the paint for Pittsnogle. He kicks it back out to Wilmer. His three-pointer, too strong. Rebounded by Schiffler. Pushes it up to Cartwright. And he loses control, and the ball stolen by Wilmer. He'll push it up. Landon Pence. Pass over to Goss on the left block. Two-pointer's good. 13-0 Hedgesville. Coach Monroe wants to talk to his team. It's a timeout for the Lions. We'll take a 30-second break with them. This is EPAC Volleyball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
At Carter Myers Automotive, what we do today will tomorrow become what we've done. That's why Owners Just Do More no longer defines us. Our work is never done because what we live by doesn't have a finish line. We care. Our company of owners is moving lives forward every day by finding more ways to care before, during, and after your purchase. Because when you're happy, so are we. Carter Myers Automotive. Proud to be the owners who just care more.
Second quarter here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10, or TV 10. Brought to you by Craig Blair for State Senate, the Eastern Panhandle's first and only Senate President and Lieutenant Governor, fiscal and social conservative who's making West Virginia great again by cutting taxes and creating jobs. Re-elect Craig Blair in 2024. 13-0. Hedgesville leads Broadfording Christian Academy here with 6:03 left to go until halftime. Broadfording has not found any success yet on the offensive end.
Yeah, I mean, Hedgesville hasn't done a whole lot offensively, only 13 points, but so far, a shutout on the defensive end, so it's been tough for them to really find anything and not really working the ball inside too much.
This is LaJuma was inside and kicked it back out to Kamari White, who's picked up his dribble, trying to find a good place to go with it. Pass is off the mark and goes out of bounds.
But I can't remember too many touches in the paint, really, so far for Broadfording. So that could be something that they try to do to get back into this game. Hedgesville's gotten some decent looks, just haven't really had the ball go through the basket since an early slow start, really, for them.
Hedgesville. Ball's worked up to the top of the key. Landon Pence has it. They'll give the ball to Brown. Back to Pence. Trying to find room out at the three-point line. They finally get it into the short corner for Gainey. Puts up a shot at the block. It's no good, but they get the rebound. And Hedgesville will continue to work. Just over 5 minutes to go until the half. Brown to the right wing for Pence. Now back to Pittsnogle at the top of the key. Right wing, Noah Brown, three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Pittsnogle. And he'll try to throw his elbows around to create some space before kicking it back out to the top of the key. Wilmer over to Pence on the left wing. Back to Pittsnogle, now the right wing to Noah Brown. Puts up another three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Gainey. He'll put it back up, no good again. Rebounded by the Lions. Schiffler gets the rebound, gets it to White. He'll push it up to Cartwright, who jumps and puts up a shot, but no good, short. Rebounded by Pittsnogle. Now it goes to Noah Brown. On to Wilmer on the right wing. He passes inside to Pittsnogle. He makes the pass over to Landon Pence. Nice find by Quincy Pittsnogle. Landon Pence gets his first 2 points of the night.
Yeah, if you're able to get it inside to Pittsnogle, especially with his size, he can make those kind of passes, and that's really the best way to break down a zone defense. Let's get the ball in the middle.
4 minutes until halftime, 15-0 Hedgesville. Kamari White works. He'll get the ball to Monroe.
Coach Church wanted to carry.
And Broadfording will turn it over. Paul passed out on the break to Tay Wilmer. And he goes up with the left hand and makes it 17-0 with his first 2 points of the season. And it'll be another timeout by Broadfording at 17-0 with 3:44 left in the second quarter. We'll take a 30-second break and be back with more EPAC basketball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
Out of the timeout from Broadfording. 17-0 Hedgesville with 3:44 until halftime. EPAC basketball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Dylan Bishop and Nick Verzolini with you here. And Colin McLaughlin back in the studio. You'll hear from him at halftime in the studio show. Schiffler with the left hand tries to drive. He's going to kick it out to the left wing. And Kamari White from downtown puts up the first 3 points on the board for Broadfording.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that's what those timeouts can do, can get you a basket.
Kick out to the top of the key for Wilmer. He puts up a three, no good, but Quincy Pittsnoggle gets the rebound. His putback's no good. He gets another rebound, and he finally gets it on the left side, off the backboard and in. 2 points, 4 total now for Quincy Pittsnoggle.
Good job by Pittsnoggle to stick with it.
3 minutes to go in the second quarter. I don't know.
Out a new defense.
On the corner, Yannick Mueller had the ball. Eventually the ball is kicked out of bounds by Hedgesville.
Could be a 1-3-1 look here, I believe.
Subbing for the Eagles, number 4, Anthony Gosk.
Anthony Gosk is checking in for Landon Pence. Off the inbounds look, it'll be man-to-man for Hedgesville, but they have been experimenting with the defense. Ball pushed out towards half court for Schiffler on the inbounds. He's guarded by Gainey, has to pick up his dribble. Cartwright has it now. Takes a screen, he's guarded by Wilmer. Get it to Juma. Takes the pick, tries to get into the paint. He throws up a shot off the backboard and in. Sizzla Juma puts up 2 for the Lions at 19-5 with 2.5 left until halftime.
Yeah, you can try a lot of things in a game like this where...
On the other side, Quincy Pittsnoggle with a shot around the elbow. His jumper's good. It's 21-5.
Where you're up big and probably, are going to hold on in this game. We haven't really seen a whole lot from Broadfording so far that leads you to believe they're going to get back into it.
Anthony Goss called for his first personal foul. Reach in. So the ball will go to the baseline, be inbounded by Broadfording. Searching for somewhere to go with it, and they'll call the 5-second violation. He couldn't get the ball in.
For the Eagles, number 11, Landon Pence.
Pence immediately checking right back in, and Gosk right back out. Elliott, Gainey, Pence, Brown, and Wilmer in for the Eagles as they face some pressure full court from Broadfording, but they break the press. They'll work it around. Right wing, Wilmer, left-handed three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Juma. Here comes Broadfording on the other side, and it's Kamari White. Runs into Noah Brown. The block is called.
I thought that was going to be a charge, but
that's his first.
It was close.
It was in the act of shooting. So Kamari White, who has 3 of the 5 points for Broadfording so far, will get 2 free throws. His first foul called on Brown so far tonight.
Hedgesville says they're going to play about 10 guys early in the season, try to figure out that rotation. And I think overall they've seen that they have a lot of depth. I think, a lot of guys doing a lot of good things for this team in the early going.
And White goes 2 for 2 at the line. So it's 21-7 Hedgesville. Working against the press are the Eagles. They get it up into the front court, but then the ball is poked away, stolen by Broadfording. They get the ball to Schiffler, their leading scorer, but yet to find the basket here tonight. Monroe puts a shot after the drive, no good, but stays with Broadfording. Some contact, not called either way. Shot put up and no good by Monroe. Ball goes to Hedgesville. Pushed up to Noah Brown. He tries to find the lane inside, and he does. Gets himself a layup. 2 points for Noah Brown, his first two, 23-7.
Yeah, good take by Brown. Kind of poor defense on the Broadfording side, but you like the drive from Noah.
Schiffler trying to work through, knife his way through the Hedgesville defense for his first 2 points, and he sure does. Pulls up from around the free throw line. 23-9 is our score now, with under a minute to go in the half.
Yeah, there's Schiffler showing why he's this team's leading scorer.
Top of the key for Hedgesville, it's Noah Brown. Over to the right wing, it's Pence. They'll work it back to the top. Noah Brown pushes it out. Working it around to Pence. In the corner is Wilmer. And then back out. Taking their time is Hedgesville. Finally to the top of the key. Pence again with 30 seconds left in the half. They'll reset their offense. Wilmer has the ball now. Taking instruction from Coach Kelly Church. Trying to find somewhere to take the ball. Passing it out around the top of the key are Pence and Wilmer. 10 seconds left. They're holding for the last shot of the half. Down to 7 seconds. 6 seconds. Right corner is Wilmer. He gets the three-pointer to go. And the buzzer sounds. It'll be 26-9. Hedgesville leading Broadfording Christian Academy after the three-pointer from Tay Wilmer puts up Hedgesville by 17 points going into the locker room. How about that first half, Nick?
Yeah, I mean, and at the end there, that's just classic Hedgesville, right? I mean, there's no shot clock, so they know how to, at the end of a game or at the end of a half, kind of run down that clock and get a good look. And that's what they ended up getting. They get Wilmer open in the corner. Hasn't hit a ton of his shots in the first half, but there he gets that good release on it and knocks it down from the corner. And now it's, Hedgesville 26-9. Certainly a lot of things they can work on, but I think pretty good start to your season when you have such an inexperienced team in this first game.
We'll take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back with the Mitchell & Ferretti Law Firm halftime show with ZPAC Basketball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
WVU Medicine is pleased to introduce 8 new providers who've joined University Health Associates East and our medical staffs at Berkeley Medical Center and Jefferson Medical Center. Dr. Hafiz Subair and Dr. Casey Martin, Pulmonary and Critical Care. Dr. Kyrie Horsley and Dr. Alan Tenzar, Podiatry. Dr. Layla Elder, Family Medicine. Dr. Jack Gelman, Plastic Surgery. Dr. Brianna Barr, Hospitalist. And Dr. Jonathan Moss, Family Medicine and Transitional Care. Welcome to WVU Medicine.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
Ollie's VIP North Side is the best spot to catch all your favorite teams. Join us Monday for Dollar Wings and Monday Night Football, Thursdays on the patio for the Cornhole Tourney, Friday Night Lights with happy hour specials, or Saturdays during or after the college games for Steak Night. Get a ribeye or New York steak for just $26.95. Ollie's has great food and drink menus too, along with 17 TVs to watch any game of your choice from anywhere at the bar or their outdoor patio and fire pit. So stop by and see for yourself today at 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. That's Ollie's VIP North Side. We'll see you for the game.
Here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10, brought to you by the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to WVJusticeLawyers.com. Dylan Bishop and Nick Verzolini, Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. here tonight. Our score at halftime is Hedgesville 26 and Broadfording Christian Academy 9. Let's first jump into our first half stats, brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, Promote, Protect, offering public, clinical, and environmental services at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. On Broadfording's side, Kamari White leads the way with 5 points, and then it goes 2 points for Jordan Schiffler and Sisla Juma. Those are their only 9 points up on the board. And for Hedgesville, on their side of things, 5 starters putting up a lot of points tonight. 5 points for Xavier Kirk, 5 points for Tay Wilmer, 4 for Zandon Gainey, 2 for Noah Brown, and Quincy Pittsnoggle leads the way for the Eagles with 6 points for himself. And then Anthony Gosk got himself 2 points off the bench, as did Landon Pence. So that's what we have at the half here so far. Nick, you have any thoughts before we send it to our halftime scoreboard show with Colin McLaughlin?
Not too much. I mean, I feel like Hedgesville's doing a good job of, getting good looks, and they started to make more of those looks in that second quarter. Second quarter was a little bit better than the first quarter. They have a lot of depth. I think that's a good thing. They can get a lot of different guys in the game, and those guys are looking pretty similar to the starters. So they're figuring some things out on that end. For Broadfording, better second quarter than first quarter as well, but they're not quite, on the level that Hedgesville is, even with this being, I believe, game number 9 for them and only the first game for Hedgesville. But, it's been a tough matchup for them. They're not really built to compete on this level, but they're coming out here and playing hard and getting better. So then when they get into their, conference play or whatever it may be, where they're playing more schools that are more like them, they can really compete and play well. But I think Hedgesville's shown some good things. Definitely have a lot of room to improve, but I think for this being this first game with this group, you got to feel pretty good here at the half, up 26-9 and doing a lot of good things on both ends.
With that, we'll send it to the studio after a 2-minute break. You'll hear from Colin McLaughlin with some more scores from around the sports world, including the EPAC. So let's take that 2-minute break, and we'll be back after the studio show with the second half. More EPAC basketball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
The Skinner family has been representing West Virginians for more than 50 years.
We've changed the name of our firm to Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers because we want to be clear about what we do. We represent people who have been in car, truck, and other catastrophic accidents.
We're here to be a voice for the injured and vulnerable, and we take that job seriously with deep commitment to serving our clients wherever they are.
Just Google Skinner Accident Lawyer or visit skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
Radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer deaths in the United States each year. But do you know the radon levels in your home? Home is a place to live, love, and laugh, not a place to breathe air containing radon. The Berkeley and Morgan County Health Departments are distributing free confidential radon test kits, and you can get yours at the Berkeley County Health Department office in Martinsburg and the Morgan County Health Department office in Berkeley Springs. Protect your home and family. Get your free radon test kit today.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg. Welcome into the And One Halftime Scoreboard show on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 at the half between Broadfording Christian Academy and Hedgesville. It is Hedgesville on top by a score of 26-9. No scores reporting around the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference at this time, as Jefferson doesn't play until 7:30. Haven't heard anything from Musselman girls basketball against Cabell Midland or Musselman boys basketball against Hampshire, but during the post game I'll try to get you some scores for those games and some NBA games, as well as Raptors, Hornets, Pistons, Magic, Hawks, 76ers, the only ones to tip off at this time. Wizards action at 7:30, and then no really any top 25 games in the college basketball world today, most going on tomorrow. But we'll have more for you at the post-game scoreboard show. But for now, we'll step aside, take another 2-minute break as things are going quickly at Hedgesville. Get you back there for the second half. Again, Hedgesville 26, Broadfording 9 is the score.
At Dutch Miller Automotive, we've grown quite a bit over the last 60 years, but our core principles remain the same. We believe in treating our customers and our team members like friends and family, and we see it as our obligation to give back to all the communities we are so fortunate to do business in. In just West Virginia alone, we've grown from one location on the west end of Huntington to 10 rooftops employing more than 500 Mountaineers. Check out the inventory from all of our stores at DutchMillerAuto.com. Dutch Miller Automotive Group, West Virginia proud.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer!
The Mountaineer Pub offers many daily specials, including Trivia Night Mondays, Karaoke Tuesdays, Steak Night Wednesdays and Sundays, Boneless Swing Night Thursdays, and DJ and/or karaoke, again Fridays and Saturdays. And remember, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Mondays through Fridays is happy hour with $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Pub!
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
The teams are back out from the locker room and ready to hit the floor for half number 2. Hedgesville leads Broadfording Christian Academy 26-9. So we have EPAC basketball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Dylan Bishop and Nick Verzolini here on the call. Nick is our color man and our cameraman on TV10 side tonight, as we do need some cameramen if you're interested. It's a paid position, paid by the hour. So if you're interested, call the station during our office hours if you'd like to be our cameraman. Camera person, even.
Yeah, we do not discriminate.
Of course. Ball kicked out to the top of the three-point line on the right side. It was Noah Brown taking a three, no good. Ball worked up by Broadfording. Passed in the lane. Passes off the mark. Sandon Gainey gets a steal. He's going to push things up on the break. And he's fouled by Brandon Malone as he went up for the shot. So 2 free throws for Sandon Gainey.
Foul on the line, number 21, Brandon Monroe. That's his first. Team first of the quarter.
Our third quarter on TV10, brought to you in part by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to fordofhagerstown.com.
So there's a few things Hedgesville can kind of work on in this second half. One, Xavier Kirk is playing with 3 fouls. So that's a situation where in this game it doesn't really matter, right? They're up 27-9. They probably don't need Kirk to win, but they're going to need him down the stretch, and he might get in that similar situation in a game against Martinsburg, let's say. So that's something that they can try to see how he plays in this kind of situation with the foul trouble.
Schiffler has the ball for Broadfording in the right corner. He'll dribble it out to the wing and then pass it to White. Cartwright has it now, back to Schiffler. Over to the left wing, it'll be White putting up a three-pointer. No good, rebounded by Xavier Kirk. He'll dribble the ball up himself, pass it to Pittsnoggle, who goes to Gainey, who puts up a shot blocked by Schiffler.
That was a good block. by Schiffler. Overall, looked like pretty good offense from the Hedgesville side, but Schiffler rotated over nicely, got all ball.
Brown inbounds it to the right corner. Tay Wilmer puts up a three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Broadfording. Kamari White has it.
I'd like to see a little bit more consistency from the outside for Hedgesville. They're getting open looks for three, but haven't really knocked them down.
Schiffler in the right corner, guarded by Gainey. He'll dribble the ball back out. Try to reset the offense. 6.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Now it's White at the top of the key. Screen from Cartwright. He'll pass it over to Schiffler. Gets two screens. He'll work the ball, tries to work it in. Stolen by Xavier Kirk. It's a 2-on-1 break for Hedgesville. He's going to pass the ball, Will Kirk, and it's a block on Wilmer.
Yeah, good job on both sides again. It was good execution from the Hedgesville offense. A nice no-look pass from Xavier Kirk, but good recovery on the Broadfording side to get that block.
Inbound to Wilmer. His three-pointer's good. 3 points up on the board. Tay Wilmer makes it 31-9.
Yeah, that's back-to-back possessions where the baseline inbound, they just leave Wilmer wide open, and he'll make you pay eventually on those. He's got a good shot.
White tries to dribble the ball in, puts up a floater, no good off the backboard. Hedgesville pushes it up to Kirk. He Euro steps around the defender and puts up two more. Xavier Kirk with 7 points now. 33-9. Long three from Schiffler, no good. It'll be a rebound again by Hedgesville. Noah Brown pushing the pace. Now he'll slow it down, pass it to Kirk. He pulls up from three. No good. Rebounded by Gainey. Kicks out to Wilmer. Open on the left wing, and it's another three ball for Tay Wilmer.
Just too easy there for Hedgesville. Too easy of an offensive rebound. Poor defense from the Broadfording side. I know you're down 36-9, but got to get out and contest on that one. Get back on defense as well.
Steal by Wilmer. He'll push it up. Pittsnoggle. He goes up. He's fouled. He wanted to dunk there, but Kamari White reached in. Pittsnoggle will shoot two free throws instead after leading the team with 6 points in the first half.
Yeah, White didn't want to be on a poster, and I don't blame him.
Hedgesville coming out strong in the third quarter, even with a big lead. First free throw missed by Pittsnoggle.
Number 24, Stephen Cross.
Our other third quarter sponsor on TV 10 is Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive. You can call them at 304-263-3361. Pittsnoggle 0 for 2, but a rebound went first by Kirk, but it was snatched away by Brandon Monroe. Broadfording will work. 4:45 left in the third quarter. Monroe has it on the baseline, guarded by Pittsnoggle. Ball poked away by Wilmer. Goes into the hands of Noah Brown. Here come the Eagles. And now Brown will slow it down. Left wing for Wilmer. Working it around the outside. Kirk gets it in to Pittsnoggle. Ball's on the floor. So is Pittsnoggle. He finally comes out with the ball. Gets it to Kirk, but Kirk can't handle it well enough to keep it in bounds. So it's a turnover.
Number 23, Sizzla Juma.
Yeah, it hasn't always been perfect offensive execution for Hedgesville, but I do think one thing Coach Church will be happy with is his team's hustle. That's been there from start to finish.
Walking the ball up the court is White. Trying to set up the offense, and he bounces the ball off his own leg. And there's not much he can do other than pick the ball back up and take the backcourt violation. Hedgesville will get the ball back. 36-9. 4:10 left to go in quarter number 3. Noah Brown to the right corner for Kirk. He throws it across court for Wilmer. Has to jump up to grab that one. Ball works its way back to Kirk. And around the outside we go. Ball passed back to the right corner for Kirk. Now to the free throw line for Ethan Elliott. He puts up a 2-point jumper. And that one's good, 38-9. Broadfording working fast. Cartwright has it, trying to get the ball into the paint. Ball stolen by Wilmer. Here we go, fast break. Wilmer to Brown, puts up a shot, and there's a foul called.
Foul was called on the pass.
Foul called on the Eagles, number 12.
The charge.
Yeah, so
that's his first.
Wilmer made the pass. He was called for the charge. Let's say for a second I was like, that's an early whistle on the Noah Brown layup. But a good call by the referee.
And it's another steal for Tay Wilmer on a bad pass by Broadfording, trying to pass it across the court. Hedgesville slows it down, tries to work offense. Xavier Kirk over to Wilmer.
Quick passes were well executed last time.
Wilmer from the left wing drives inside, puts up the left-handed layup, and it's good. Tay Wilmer with 2 more. He's got 8 points in the second half alone. Broadfording on the other side. 2 shots put up by Cross. The second one goes in. Stephen Cross with his first 2 points of the night makes it 40-11 with 2:45 left in the third quarter. Wilmer works it for Hedgesville, over to Elliott, and now Brown. Around the outside. Hedgesville has it. Wilmer back to Brown. Passing it from wing to wing. Now in the corner for Kirk. Corner 3, no good. Rebounded by White. And there's a little bit of contact against the ball with White off balance on the rebound. Fell over. And then they'll call a travel on that.
Subbing from the Lions, number 4, Isaac Blickenstaff, number 21.
Lions almost had a rebound, and travel will keep it with Hedgesville.
Yeah, it didn't feel like it was enough contact to be a foul there, but I feel like Broadfording's got to come out of this zone and try something else.
Xavier Kirk on the inbounds, wide open for 3, no good. But a rebound. It was Casey Elliott who put up that one. Second shot, no good.
Especially on the inbounds, because they're just not getting out to contest at all.
Some new faces on both sides checking in the game. Isaac Blickenstaff getting only his second run of the night. And now Xavier Kirk with the steal, and he's all by himself on the fast break. He puts it up and in. The layup for Xavier Kirk gives him 9 points, and it's 42-11 with under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Monroe has it for Broadfording, trying to work against Elliott. Puts up a shot, no good. Juma tries to get the rebound, but the ball goes out of bounds to the Eagles.
Substitution from the Lions, number 3, Kamari White. Number 11, Jordan Schiffler.
1:36 to go in quarter number 3. Hedgesville leads Broadfording Christian Academy 42-11.
I don't think they can match up man, but maybe just give a different zone look.
Noah Brown and Tay Wilmer out at the top of the key for the Eagles, passing it back and forth. Brown on the right wing, now to Kirk on the right corner. Passing it out around. Wilmer has it now at the top of the key. 3-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Kirk. He puts the ball back up and in. Xavier Kirk with a great third quarter. 6 points in the quarter for himself. 44-11 now.
Yeah, he's doing it on both ends right now, Dylan. Getting steals, leading the easy offense, offensive rebounds. Doing a lot of little things. Good quarter here from Kirk.
Schiffler had the ball at the top of the key, picked up his dribble, tried to work it around. Some pressure shown by Hedgesville. They are not slowing down with the big lead. 3-pointer in the left corner for Cross. Air ball. Last touched by Broadfording as the ball goes out of bounds on the baseline.
Yeah, I mean, Hedgesville's got to get these guys experience playing together. They got to try some different looks, work on some things that could help you out down the stretch. And that's what they're doing right now, just trying to work on some things, get different lineups out there together, see who plays well together.
Wilmer on the right wing will swing it to the left wing for Noah Brown. His 3-pointer, no good. Ball bounces way out to Wilmer, who can rebound it from the 3-point line. And work it out around. 15 seconds left in the quarter. Hedgesville will try to hold for the last shot. Brown, left corner, Pittsnoggle. Back out to the wing. Wilmer working it around. Right corner now. Now the Pittsnoggle inside. Shot's no good. Ball goes out of bounds as the third quarter buzzer sounds. So we'll call it there. 44-11, Hedgesville after 3 quarters here from the Eagles Nest. We'll take a 1-minute break and we'll be back with quarter number 4. This is EPAC basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
Just 8 more minutes to go here at Hedgesville. Looks like the Eagles are going to cruise to a victory here to open up the season. Here at the beginning of varsity play in the Dr. Dan McCray Hardwood Classic. Hedgesville has a 44-11 lead after 3 quarters over Broadfording Christian Academy. Dylan Bishop and Nick Verzolini here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Colin McLaughlin back at the studio. You'll hear from him after the game as well. More scores. Broadfording turns it over on their first possession of the quarter. And they'll bring the full court press. Hedgesville breaks it, gets it up into the front court. Landon Pence has it and gets it to Wilmer. Some traps coming. Hedgesville breaking it well. Wilmer, pump fake. Left wing. Passes it around. They finally find the ball inside. Zandangani fouled as he tries to put up the layup. He'll go to the line for 2.
Good execution on the Hedgesville side. I think here in this final quarter, if I'm Coach Monroe, I want to see who's playing hard. You know, they want to be a defensive-minded team, and obviously, you know, this is a mismatch between Hedgesville and BCA tonight. But if you want to be a defensive-minded team, you know, these fourth quarter, the game's out of hand. Who's going to play hard? Who's going to hustle for us down the stretch? That's what you need to figure out so you can have a successful season when you're playing against teams that are more on your level.
Zandangani makes the first and misses the second from the free throw line. 3-pointer for Broadfording Christian Academy from Daniel Cartwright. Goes up and in. Makes it 45-14 with 7 minutes left in the game. Hedgesville breaks the press. Tay Wilmer going fast. Goes up and is fouled by Monroe. With 6:59 to 6:59 to go.
Number 21, Brandon Monroe. That's his second, team second of the period.
Wilmer with 13 points, 8 of those coming in the third quarter.
I think if you're Hedgesville, you'll probably keep, you know, your main guys in for another few minutes, then get some of the younger guys in a little bit. But, I mean, this is still a team that, again, is trying to get that experience. So I would understand either way if you want to keep your normal rotation here for this fourth quarter.
2 for 2 goes Wilmer. He's up to 10 points in the second half, 15 overall.
We'll be back here tomorrow, Dylan.
It will. It'll be Hedgesville and IDA tomorrow.
Yeah, a team that they blew out last year, but who knows, could be completely different this season. So
the tip-off for that one scheduled around 6 o'clock.
Subbing back in for the Eagles, number 3, Xavier Kirk.
47-14 is our score.
Yeah, I think the other games tomorrow, I think Sharanda is going to be in this thing a little bit.
There should be Sharando versus Broadfording at some point tomorrow. Yeah. IDA versus Sharando will follow this one. Missed shot by Broadfording. Rebounded by Hedgesville. Tay Wilmer, left wing, over to Pence. He'll put up a shot in the paint after the drive. No good. Schiffler with the rebound. He'll bring the ball up for the Lions. And he'll pull it back out. He'll set up the offense, guarded by Pence. He's trying to find a lane. He kicks it to the left wing. Monroe puts up a shot, no good. Three-pointer rebounded by Pence. Still full court trap look from the Lions. Kirk beats it. Pittsnoggle has it at the elbow now. His shot is blocked by Monroe. Hedgesville gets it back, ends up in the hands of Wilmer on the left wing. His three-pointer's no good. He gets his own rebound, though. Pence, Pittsnoggle at the free throw line, puts up a jumper, and a Pittsnoggle jump shot goes in. How many times you've heard that in the last 20 or so years in West Virginia basketball? 49-14.
Well, there's not too many Pittsnoggles, so you had a long break in between.
He did have a long break, but it's a familiar phrase to some. He's up to 8 points. That's his first 2 of the second half. Broadfording on the other side can eventually pick up a foul.
Charging foul.
It's a charge as Broadfording had the ball. Fourth foul of the night on Kamari White. 5:20 left in the game. It's 49-14.
You always got to like a guy taking a charge. We used to get a candy bar if we took one.
And especially when you're up by 35 points taking a charge.
Yeah.
Still full court trap look. And this time it works out. Schiffler pokes the ball away on the pass attempt, but then Kirk with a steal right back, passes the ball up. Shot no good by Elliott, but the follow and the bucket for Xavier Kirk. 51-14 our score now. 5 minutes to go. An 8-point second half so far from Xavier Kirk. Schiffler working the ball into the paint, blocked from behind by Pittsnoggle. Here comes Noah Brown on the break. He puts up a layup. And that's 2 more for Hedgesville. 4 points on the night for Brown. It's 53-14. And still pressure coming from the Eagles. Not letting up, even with 4.5 to go in a 39-point game. Monroe got the ball in the left wing, tried to dribble it in, and he's called for a travel.
Subbing in for Lions, number 35, Yannick Mueller.
Some
number 22.
mass substitutions coming, and we get a timeout from Broadfording. So we'll take a 30-second break with them. This is EPAC Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna call my parents. Dad, come over. The brisket's done.
The Traeger Connected Experience. Everything you need for epic flavor, and then some.
Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
Fourth quarter on TV10, brought to you by Ollie's VIP Northside, the best local spot to catch sports or hang out with friends. Stop by 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. Ollie's VIP will see you for the game. Fourth quarter also brought to you by the Larry DeMarco team at Modern Realty Results. If you're looking for a home in the tri-state, they have you covered. 53-14, Hedgesville leads Broadfording Christian Academy with 4:27 left to go in the game. Dylan Bishop and Nick Verzolini here with the call. Nick Verzolini also on the camera. Again, if you didn't hear earlier, we are hiring cameramen. Camera women, camera people. Whoever wants to do it will be paid.
Camera children.
I don't know if that passes child labor laws, but
well.
Technical foul call.
That's the thing. It's a paid job. It's not a volunteer. It's not volunteer work. Paid by the hour.
I just meant like we got to cover all bases.
It's true.
Men, women, children.
If we find a child who's a really good.
One thing I liked there on that timeout, both coaches still coaching their teams, even at a 55-14 game, still trying to get their teams better. Coach Church, the intensity never really leaves for him when it comes to the 28 minutes or whatever it is, 32 minutes out on the floor.
Three-pointer from the left wing for Xavier Kirk. He's up to 16 points now. 58-14.
And Coach Monroe taking the timeout, and I mean, you got to get your team, ready to play, work on some situational things, whatever it may be.
Stephen Cross with a floater from the left corner. Stephen Cross makes it 58-16. His 4 points on the night. Second most on the team off the bench.
You wanted to call him Stephen because he looked like Stephen Curry.
That was a pretty Steph Curry-esque floater that he had there. Similar form. 3.5 minutes left to go in this one. 58-16. Hedgesville works their offense on the other side. Reach and foul on number 22, Shane Hill, for Broadfording, who's just checked in for the first time. Had himself in the game for JV. That was the game that preceded this one. And it looks like a technical foul is going to be called on Hill. And that is the call. So whatever Shane Hill was saying to the officials or Hedgesville players or just whatever out loud to himself, got himself in trouble.
Yeah. That's now back-to-back technicals on Broadfording. So
gives Tay Wilmer the chance to add to his night. Already 17 points up on the board. Make it 18 with the first free throw. And now make it 19. He's had 14 points just in the second half. And that's only 2 less than the entire Broadfording team has had for the entire game. Some other substitutions going on. Adam Arndt is in for the first time for Hedgesville. Anthony Gosk back in. Ethan Elliott, Noah Brown, and Tay Wilmer are the 5 on the floor for Hedgesville. Zanon Gainey is at the scorer's table ready to check in. First free throw from Ethan Elliott's no good. He has 2 points so far on the night. He'll try to get himself a third with his second free throw. And he will. To make it 61-16.
Zanon Gainey.
Right now with 3:26 left to go in this one. A palindroming right now from Hedgesville. 61-16. Working the offense for Broadfording. There's Cartwright trying to get inside. Pulls up from the free throw line. No good. Anthony Gosk with the rebound. Noah Brown has it. 3 minutes exactly left in this one. Noah Brown working the ball at the top of the key. Waiting for Hedgesville to get the offense going. And Coach Church didn't like how that possession was going, so he's going to call a timeout. And we'll get a break in with him for 30 seconds with 2:52 left to go in this one. The Z-Pack Basketball on TV 10. Talk Radio WRNR. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
2:52 left to go in this one. The timeout was called by Hedgesville. Even with a 61-16 lead, Coach Kelly Church will still make sure that his players are playing the way that they should be.
I mean, that's what makes him one of the best, right? I mean, you can't get to where he's been and without, execution.
Zanon Gainey finds a lane through the paint, and he puts up 2 more points for himself. 5 points in the second half, 9 overall for Gainey.
Because it's not about, the score. It's like, hey, we're confused, we're lost. We got to clean this stuff up so then when we get into the regular season we'll know what we're doing. I mean, they're in the regular season, but when they're getting the conference play and the games that matter a little bit more.
Deep three-pointer by Cartwright was missed for Broadfording, so Hedgesville works it back on their side. 2:15 to go.
And what they do out of that timeout, they get an easy layup.
Wilmer with the handoff. The dribble handoff back to him. Pulled up from 3, it was short. And it's like Broadfording will take themselves another timeout. 30 seconds timeout.
You can't take it with you, Dylan.
You sure can't. We'll take a break with them for 30 seconds. This is EPAC Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
2:03 left to go. Timeout by Broadfording. It's 63-16. They trail Hedgesville. Ball worked up by Stephen Cross. Guarded closely by Anthony Gosk. Make it too closely. He's called for the foul.
Foul called Eagles number 4, Anthony Gosk. That's his third. Team second of the period.
Checking in now.
For the first time,
is
number 5,
Adam Arndt. And also Casey Elliott.
Casey Elliott.
Yeah, so getting some guys in that haven't got a ton of playing time, get them a run here at the end. But overall, you got to be happy if you're Hedgesville.
Pass stolen by Zanagani. He works the ball up. Right-handed layup on the left side is no good. That's why they say go up with your left, kids. Rebounded by Broadfording.
You tell him, Dylan.
I know my coach would have. And you know Coach Church will as well. And another rip by Gainey. He's all by himself this time. And this time uses the right hand on the right side. And the ball goes in for 2 points.
Sure went up with 2 hands for safety. Threw it down.
1:10 left to go. It's 65-16. And Moeller will drive in. Kicks it over to Sean Woltman, who will put up a mid-range jumper from the baseline. And it looks like we'll get another timeout from Coach Church. Take the 30 seconds, and we'll take the break with them. 30 seconds. This is EPAC Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
WVU Medicine Jefferson Medical Center is proud to announce that our total hip and knee replacement surgery programs recently earned the Joint Commission's Gold Seal of Approval. Achieving this prestigious Joint Commission certification distinguishes Jefferson Medical Center for the excellent care our orthopedic team provides at every stage from pre-admission to acute hospital stay and discharge. It also demonstrates Jefferson Medical Center's ongoing commitment to improving patient care. WVU Medicine, leading healthcare here and everywhere.
Just 59.1 seconds to go in this game before Hedgesville will have their first victory of the season in their first game.
I thought Coach Church pretty much just wanted to sub there.
It got in at least Micah Bowers for the first time tonight. It'll be Bowers that drives in, kicks it to Arndt, and on the left block side, Adam Arndt gets his first 2 points of the night. First 2 points of the season, 67-18.
Well, you like that, guys that haven't played all night execute something for a basket. And I mean, that just shows that the culture and the style of play of this program just carries over to all 12 guys or however many they got on the varsity roster.
20 seconds to go. Hedgesville working the ball in what will likely be their last offensive possession, and left wide open in the paint for driving in was Landon Pence for his 4th point of the night. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and 1. Final buzzer will sound. And Hedgesville will get the win over Broadfording Christian Academy, 69-18. 1-0 on the season goes Coach Kelly Church and the Hedgesville Eagles. Let's take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll have the Palace Lounge postgame show. This is EPAC Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
At Carter Myers Automotive, what we do today will tomorrow become what we've done. That's why Owners Just Do More no longer defines us. Our work is never done because what we live by doesn't have a finish line. We care. Our company of owners is moving lives forward every day by finding more ways to care before, during, and after your purchase. Because when you're happy, so are we. Carter Myers Automotive. Proud to be the owners who just care more.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Welcome into the Palace Lounge postgame show here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10, following a 69-18 victory for the Hedgesville Eagles in their opening game of the season over Broadfording Christian Academy. Dylan Bishop and Nick Verzolini here on the Palace Lounge postgame show, brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg, with a full lunch and dinner menu, daily specials, and a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. Let's start off with giving you our game stats. And our game stats are brought to you by Bechtel Jewelers, West Virginia's largest Pandora realtor on Route 11 South Inwood, taking care of you like nobody's business. Make sure you get over to Bechtel Jewelers in their going out of business / retirement sale, up to 80% off of items over at Bechtel Jewelers. Our game stats here start with Broadfording. Not a lot of points up on the board. Kamari White led the way with 5 points. Stephen Cross got himself up to 4 points. And that's your leading scorers for Broadfording Christian Academy. Go over on the other side, and the leading scorer of the night was Tay Wilmer with 19 points. Xavier Kirk got himself 16. Tay Wilmer had 14 of those 19 in the second half. And Xavier Kirk had 11 of his 16 in the second half. Zayna Gainey had 7 of his 11 in the second half as well. Quincy Pittsnoggle was the leading scorer for the Eagles at halftime with 6. He ended the game with 8. He also got 4 points from Noah Brown, 4 points from Landon Pence, 3 from Ethan Elliott, and 2 from Adam Arndt. So that's the 69 points up on the board for the Hedgesville Eagles. And Nick, I'll sum this one up, and then we'll get into our awards. What did you think of Hedgesville here tonight?
I thought they did what they were supposed to do, came out, executed. Definitely a lot of things they can still work on, I think, when they take a look back at this one. But overall, I think you got to be pretty happy with it. Defensive intensity was there all night. Hustle was there all night. Those are 2 things that you can bring each and every night, no matter who you're playing, and help you win ball games. So I'd be pretty happy if I was Coach Church or part of that staff, because I thought they played pretty well.
So let's get into our awards for the night, starting with the rejection of the game, brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Family owned, offering superior customer service and great pricing for a job done by experienced, certified technicians. And call them at 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. Nick, the rejection of the game.
I'm going to go with Daniel Cartwright. Had one in the first half where I think both of us were kind of surprised that it was him. Originally we thought it was Kamari White, but then we realized it was Cartwright that had got up there, and he's not the biggest guy, but he got up pretty high and got that block, so he's going to get my rejection of the game.
And then we'll go to the moment of the game, brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley Medical Center, and Jefferson Medical Center, leading healthcare here and everywhere. The moment of the game.
I have to go with the halftime buzzer beater 3 by Tay Wilmer in the corner. It was just classic Hedgesville offense. They're holding the ball for the last shot, really good ball movement, able to get it to Wilmer in the corner, and he knocks it down. And I felt like that carried over his momentum to have a big second half for this team, which is what helped them put away Broadfording here tonight.
And we'll see if that's foreshadowing for our last award, the player of the game, brought to you by Kelly Allstate Insurance. For all your insurance needs, call Gary Kelly at 304-263-4596 or stop by 724 Lakeview Drive in Martinsburg. Nick, who's our player of the game?
It's going to be Tay Wilmer. Like you said, he led the team in scoring tonight with 19 points. I thought he's the most experienced guy on the roster in terms of varsity minutes, and he played like it and had a lot of steals as well, had some assists in there that we didn't quite keep track of, but I'm sure if we got the final numbers, it would be a very impressive night for Wilmer, and I think he's kind of the leader of the team this year, so he's going to be my player of the game tonight.
So it's a 69-18 victory for Hedgesville over Broadfording Christian Academy in the first varsity match up of the Dr. Dan McRae Hardwood Classic, and which we will continue coverage of tomorrow with Hedgesville's game that they have against IDA, which is set to tip off around 6 o'clock tomorrow, and it'll obviously depend on a game that could come before it, so the exact start time. But that is the projected start time, and obviously tonight's projected start time went off pretty smoothly at 6:30, so you'll hopefully expect the same there. There'll be Nick Verzolini and Colin McLaughlin on the call for that one. I'll be back in the studio for the scoreboard shows for that one. But with that, we'll send it to tonight's postgame scoreboard show to Colin McLaughlin after this 2-minute break. And saying so long from Hedgesville High School, for Nick Verzolini alongside of me, I'm Dylan Bishop. Hoping that you have a great rest of your Friday night. Again, Hedgesville gets the win 69-18. This has been EPAC Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Finally, West Virginia is moving in the right direction. As your West Virginia Senate President, Craig Blair has passed the most conservative legislative agenda in the nation. He has fought for our values like banning elective abortions, protecting our Second Amendment rights, and prevented boys from playing in girls' sports. Senator Craig Blair championed the largest tax cut in the history of our state. Craig Blair, a strong conservative leader. Promises made, promises kept. This election, vote for Republican Craig Blair for State Senate. Paid for by the Committee to Re-elect Craig Blair.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC. At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is Prevent, Promote, Protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Nothing goes better with football than chicken. From Pee-wee to the big boys to the wing T formation. A hearty meal of 12 pieces for $12 is just what the boys need to be at their best. Oh my, fumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
Omaha!
Rock's 12 pieces of chicken, just $12.
Finally, West Virginia is moving in the right direction. As your West Virginia Senate President, Craig Blair has passed the most conservative legislative agenda in the nation. He has fought for our values like banning elective abortions, protecting our Second Amendment rights, and prevented boys from playing in girls' sports. Senator Craig Blair championed the largest tax cut in the history of our state. Craig Blair, a strong conservative leader. Promises made, promises kept. This election, vote for Republican Craig Blair for State Senate. Paid for by the Committee to Re-elect Craig Blair.
Welcome into the And One post-game scoreboard show on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10 as the Hedgesville Eagles boys basketball team starts off its season with a bang, 69-18. They get the win over Broadfording Christian Academy at home to improve to 1-0 to start off the Eagles season. Taking a look around the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference, the Cougar Classic for Jefferson's game against Pendleton County is not tipped off yet. That one getting ready to here in a few minutes or so, it looks like. Have not received a final score from the boys basketball game at Musselman as they take on Hampshire, and I'm not sure what the score is between the Musselman girls and Cabell Midland. The stream that they have at Cabell Midland does not have a score, but half number one has come to an end, and they're getting ready to start the second half in that one. If you want to watch that game, there's a link on for their huddle stream on Musselman's Facebook page. Let's now take a look at some scores around the NBA before we end the evening here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10 for this broadcast. Hornets lead the Raptors in quarter number 2, 53-44. The Magic lead the Pistons 43-30 in the second quarter. It's the 76ers leading the Hawks 47-39 also in quarter number 2. The Celtics lead the Knicks 21-17 in the first quarter, and the Wizards trail the Nets 13-6 in quarter number 1 as well. That wraps things up here. I'm Colin McLaughlin signing off. This has been West Virginia High School Boys Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Hedgesville 69, Broadfording Christian Academy 18. Your final score. Will be back tomorrow for another Hedgesville Eagles game at 6 o'clock. Pregame coverage coming at 5:30 as they play IDA out of D.C.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Basketball. Today's game has been brought to you by
Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Rocks, the Dutch Miller Auto Group, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, the Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, Brown's Funeral Homes and Cremations, CMA Honda, Craig Blair for State Senate, Orsini's Home Store, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Berkeley County Health Department, Hagerstown Ford, Smallwood and Small Insurance, Modern Realty Results, Ollie's, The Palace Lounge, Bechtel Jewelers, Cody's Auto Body, WVU Medicine, Gary Kelly Allstate Insurance, and the Mountaineer Grill and Pub.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and NBA basketball, keep it tuned to Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. All rights reserved.